here's another question. Why am I feeling full all the time? And again, if you are familiar with my approach to food, it comes down to usually two things, either nutrition or mindset, emotional relationship with food. So that's what I'm going to be covering today. There's something I call a catch-22, where you get caught where you're eating food but never satisfied. And so that could be why you're asking this question, why am I always full? The other thing is more emotional. And then there's a third case in this situation, is being aware of an undiagnosed medical condition. So we're going to be covering these three things. If you look down below, there's a link. It's an in-depth article on my blog. So if you want more information, you can check out that. Also, like this video, really appreciate it. Leave a comment, I will answer. And let's just dive into it. So if you're always full all the time, there's a simple test. Eat one day just really great foods like chicken and broccoli and sweet potatoes for one meal, and another one do like rice and beans and veggies, and another meal eat 3 big meals. In between the meals, so breakfast, lunch, dinner, in between the meals, do you get hungry? If lunch is at noon and dinner is at 5, do you get hungry at 3 or 4 p.m. or 5 p.m.? Do you get hungry? It's a simple test. You have a great meal, you let 4 or 5 hours go in between the meal. If you feel hunger, then you know your problem or whatever. The answer to your question is more nutritional based. But it's possible that you continue to feel bloated, you continue to feel cramping in your stomach, you continue to feel pain in your stomach or an ulcer in your stomach or maybe even heartburn. You feel bloated. This is even after you haven't eaten in a while. I would suggest seeing your doctor. My friend, for example, she has a food intolerance, and she's telling me about how they test for different foods, and it sounds like it's pretty obvious that she has a food intolerance, meaning when she goes into the doctors, they rub her lip with gluten, and she knows she's food allergic to gluten, but they're just testing her. So they rub her lip with like some gluten substance, and her lip swells, she gets a rash on her lip, and so forth. So if my friend eats gluten, her stomach gets bloated. It doesn't feel good, and it stays that way for a while. So they're testing different allergens because she believes she's allergic to more foods. Long story, blah, blah, blah. Long story is that you might have a food intolerance. You might have a food intolerance. And again, you got to test this, right? Just stop eating for a little bit, and if you get hungry, then you know it's nutritional. And I'll get to that catch-22 in just a moment. But it could very well be possible that you have a food intolerance. It could very well be possible that you have gastroenteritis. So it's possible you have an undiagnosed medical condition. So test it out. Does your fullness go away? Does your bloatedness go away after you stop eating? That's the test. Again, if it does go away, if the bloated fullness feeling goes away, great. We're talking about the catch-22, which is easier. Number 2, if it stays, then you go see your doctor. Okay, so let's talk about this catch-22. So you're feeling full all the time, and it's unpleasant and etc. The catch-22 is imagine a big bag of fries. Supersize me. And you eat all the fries. Great, yummy, salty, oily, yummy. How do you feel? And you get full, right? Like this much fries, you're gonna get full, right? Like your stomach is only this big, so this much fries is gonna expand the stomach. You're gonna get full. But how are you gonna feel? How are you gonna feel? I'll give you the answer in case you don't know off the top of your head. You're not going to feel well. And the next meal, the next time you're hungry, you will be way more likely to ask, why am I feeling full all the time? Because after you eat those fries, let's say an hour goes by and you're hungry again, or you're craving something. You might not even know what you're craving, but your stomach is saying, feed me. And you realize, oh, god dang it, I just ate that big bag of fries. Like, why am I hungry? Why am I full all the time? Why am I full all the time? The problem, the catch-22 of fries is that fries fill you up physically, but craving for food is not just based on physical fullness. It's also based on nutrients. So fries, they have 0 nutrients, right? You're like no vitamin C, no vitamin A, that type of thing. So an hour later, you're craving some vitamin C and vitamin D or whatever, and it feels like you're hungry again. But you're physically full still. Do you see this catch-22? If you eat like crap, then you'll be full and still want to eat. And you'll wonder, why do I want to eat all the time? It comes down to the fact that we humans, when we experience cravings for food, a craving for vitamin C is very similar to the craving for food. Basically, we have a hard time distinguishing our cravings. So you're physically full, but you're craving vitamin C. It feels like you're craving more food. So this is a little bit of a tongue twister, but I think you get the point. If you eat like crap, you're still going to want more food that's nutritious. And then you'll be stuck because you're already full and you're still hungry again. And so you get in this weird catch-22. How do you get out of it? Eat better. The website link down below has some resources for eating better. It has some ideas. With that being said, I'm going to close out the video. Leave a thumbs up, like it, leave a comment, check out the article down below. And namaste. Peace.